Good morning, everyone. Sound very loud. Good morning, everyone. There we go. There we go. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. My name is Michelle May. I'm on the board of trustees, a part of the Malama team, and I'm also going to share what's happening because we've got some big happenings in the next couple of weeks. First off, welcome to July. Like, where did June go? I'm not sure. But today, since it is our first Sunday of July,
Our marriage anniversary. Well, there's lots of anniversaries. We're
right.
having one next week.
All right.
5 years.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Did you
Okay.
see? This time they're not turning on me.
All right. So let's take a deep breath. And we're going to light our peace candle. We do this every Sunday for those of you who are here for the first time. And so much needed in the world is that peace, right? But unfortunately, it starts within us first. So we take this time to just recognize that peace of love, that peace of God, whatever you want to call it, is right where we are. And as we feel it in our own hearts, in our own spirit, we just let that peace settle within us and let it resonate out into the world. So let's take a moment of silence for peace. And so I recognize that there is only one thing happening, and that is that spirit, that life force, that peace that is forever present within my heart, within my soul, within my mind, within each mind here, knowing that we can always center in that place, no matter what is going on in the outside. We can always center right there. It's always available. And the more that we center on it, in it, with it, and let it work through us, the more we see it in our experience. So I know this piece that we've centered on today does have a ripple effect out into the world. And so I just claim it as so, and I give thanks for it as we affirm. And so it is. Okay, so I want to remind you of what we believe here. Somebody came up to me and said that they really enjoyed the meeting we had last Sunday, and I said, yeah, they said they just really got the passion of it and all that. And I said, Patrick and I are really passionate about this philosophy, this thing that we believe, which we know is like an ancient wisdom. It's nothing new. It resonates through all philosophies. And it's that there's a power, there's a presence, there's an energy, source, whatever you want to call it, that's everywhere and is everything, and everything comes from it. There's no separation. And that is what our whole ministry is about. It's like healing that separation, because it's the separation from the source and from each other that causes all the issues that we experience in the outer world. So that's all we really practice, is to heal that separation, to recognize how powerful we are, and that as we use our minds on principle, that there is a scientific thing to this. As we use our minds and we think those positive things and do those positive things, put actions behind them, that it has to make a change in the world. And we've seen that with the great mystics and philosophers and leaders throughout ages that have done that. So that's it. My elevator speech.
Yeah, there you go. And how important self-love is. There's in that wonderful commandments, it says, love your neighbor as yourself. That's kind of the evolution where we're at right now. Love your neighbor as yourself. If we wonder why there's chaos, we need to look inside first, just like peace. We need to find ourselves loving ourselves to such a degree that the thought of harming or hurting anyone else would never even come into surface. So that's why we're the big love yourself first, and then you just see what happens. So who's here for the first time? Right? Don't even, yeah, there you go. And Howie, don't even try, thank you. And then I name him, but it's okay. So it's okay. Nothing's going to happen. But there is a dance routine that we'd like you to go back with and learn then to come out. So, welcome, first of all. Welcome to this wonderful consciousness, this place that we just called our wonderful love fest here on the island on 9 a.m. on Sunday mornings. But we have something we'd like to say about you. We've gotten a little information, and we'd like to share it with everyone, if you don't mind. Could you all join with me in letting them know? Okay.
You are magnificent.
There's always such a sense of relief, especially if they're family, because they do know things about me. So we know that about you because we know it about ourselves. We could not see your magnificence unless we saw our own first. So shall we all say it together? I am magnificent. Now, behind you there's Rob, who looks very official with these wonderful ear things. Look at how technical I am. Ear things. And then there's this camera, but there's a whole bunch of people. And I've been finding out lately, there's people on this island that are like watching because they don't really want to get in their car and drive down here. Because they're here, and then we have all those wonderful people from the mainland. So let's let them know who they are. You are magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right. I don't care where you look. Just let somebody know who they are. You are magnificent. Welcome. You are magnificent. Luis is Jack. There you go.
Okay.
Now why don't you get up on your magnificent feet and let's have our opening song with Maria Cristina and Luis.
much loving in the world. Away, away. So much loving in the world. Living together as one. Under the golden sun. Living together as one. Under the golden sun. Blow Makani. Cleanse my soul. Blow Makani. Cleanse my soul.
So what I know right here and right now is that there's an amazing, amazing thing happening, and it is the presence of each and every person here resonating in this room, that consciousness of love, that consciousness of peace, that consciousness of giving, compassion, all of it. It's right here and right now where we are, and I know we celebrate it today. We celebrate each and every one of us. We celebrate love, and we pass that love out into the world. There is a ripple effect, I know, as we meet here today and we raise our consciousness, we raise the consciousness of this planet while we do that. So I am so grateful. I am so grateful to be here, and I am so grateful for this wonderful man standing next to me that I get to have celebrated 17 years with. Woo! Wow. I am just grateful for each and every one of us, and I just let it be so, as we say, and so it is.
Away, away. So much loving in the world. Away, away. So much loving in the world. Living together as one. Under the golden sun. Living together as one. Under the golden sun. Blow Makani. Cleanse my soul. Blow Makani. Cleanse my soul.
Okay, I'm going to ask Michelle LeMay to come up here, and the board members should be up here. So
we wanted to do this before our actual 5th birthday. We wanted to get another new member.
Except for Deborah, go ahead and stand over here. Yeah, and Diane, you stand over there. I'll stand. Okay, we're good. And then, okay, Roseanne. Yeah. So this is one of those Sundays where we actually welcome new members into our center, into our ohana. And what does that mean? It means that they've made a spiritual commitment to themselves, to advance themselves spiritually, and that they've chosen this as their place of support, their place of home, knowing that as they go out from here into their own lives, they have a group of people that support them and can help them at all times. So we have a few today, right? Yeah, and we have some old members that never got their card, and we're going to ask them to come up too. Okay.
Members that have been here for a while.
It's not an age thing.
We got some old members here. Come on. Come on.
And as I say your name, we invite you to come up, get your card, get some hugs, get some roses, and then please stay up here as well. All right, first we'd like to bring up Charles Wolfuck. Yay! Where is he? Oh, is he in the kitchen? Oh, he's in the kitchen.
What is this, a scene from Sound of Music? And the Von Trapps.
And come on down.
Come on down.
It's like The Price is Right. You can give hugs, and yeah, he didn't hear that. He didn't give hugs. He was in the kitchen. We just wing it.
It's like a spiritual bar at 2 a.m.
You go over that way.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you,
Shia Farrow. Shia, come on. I feel now it feels like Price is Right. Come on down. Shia. Woo.
Oh.
All right. While she's getting her hugs, we'll bring up Russell. Come on up. Yes, another round of applause. Yes. Thank you. Inayat, we would love to celebrate and honor you, even though you've been a member for a long, long time. Come on up, Inayat. Surprise! Yeah.
Celebrate you.
You're welcome.
Surprise. I know.
And then Sheena Ensign. Yay! Welcome. You're welcome. And Yana Shane. Is Yana here? Yay! Beautiful.
Okay. So now. So now we will ask you guys to step away. And then you guys move out. And Reverend Diane is going to lead us in our song. Just right there is good. Come on over here.
Yeah, go. What are you, Charles?
This is like a production, but no rehearsal. No rehearsal. I think we're good. All right. All right. So this is a song we always sing to new members and to each other. And so I think you'll be familiar with it. And if not, you'll know it after the first verse.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I'll hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I'll hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I'll hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I'll hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I'll hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I'll hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
So now I'm inviting up Dr. Peggy Price. Is this the right place? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Good morning. Well, our theme for today is to know thyself, to know ourselves. And the other day I was reminded of a wonderful Sufi, 13th century Sufi mystic named Hafiz, who was one of my favorites. And in his writings, he reminds us, remember for just 1 minute of the day, it would be best to try looking upon yourself more as God does. She knows your royal true nature. And then he says, and this is what I invite you to take into your meditation this morning, because these words are just so beautiful and they're so true. Hafiz says, I wish I could show you, when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your being. So I invite you, as we go within, to just think of those words. I wish I could show you, when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your being. wish I could show you, when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your being. There is a light. It is a light that shines in the darkness. It is a light that runs through all of the great traditions of the universe. It is the light of spirit. It is the light of life. It is the light that shines within each and every one of us. It cannot be put out. It is the light, it is the source, it is the power, it is the presence of all that is. And it is the truth of who we are. We join in that presence, in that awareness today, that light of love, that light of truth, that light that it just eliminates the darkness is the truth of who we are, and we carry that with us wherever we go. Our light is called for on this planet more than ever, for us to shine it brightly, for us to polish it up and clear the clouds from the windows, and recognize and know that this light, this source, is the truth of us, and that we access it through love. We access it through the love of self. That we simply push away those judgments, those thoughts of blame and shame, that we take that light and bring it forth, for it is truly who we are. That divine presence only sees us as that royal presence of light. And so today, as we join together in this beautiful place we call Center for Spiritual Living, Kaua'i, let us shine those lights so brightly that they can be seen all the way around this planet. And let us take that light out wherever we go and shine it into the darkest corners. This power, this teaching, this wonderful truth that is presented by Reverends Patrick and Rita and is shared by so many here, our practitioners, all those who come, all those who practice this divine presence. We are all part of that light. How grateful I am to know this truth. That light that heals, that light that reveals, that light that opens us to such greater good. And so in gratitude and love today, I simply give thanks for this day and for that light. And know that as I do, I bless these words and simply release them into the love, the law, the heart and mind of the one. And so together we join in agreement by saying, and so it is.
Return to your program. There's a beautiful song by Michael Gott and Karen Drucker.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes to see there is only love. There is only love. It's a love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. It's love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Thank you, Dr. Peggy. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Maria. I love that song. I'm always reminded because we sang that song when we did our fire walk in North Carolina. And as we were going across the coals, we just kept singing that song over and over, and it got us across the coals because that's the truth. There's only love. Oh. And then I went, why do you walk across coals? I think I thought back on it because I hadn't thought about it in a long time, and I was like, to prove to yourself that thought force is more powerful than material resistance, which is what Ernest Holmes wrote once. And it is true, because when you do that, you just kind of, in that moment, there's other things, I guess, that people do that you just really, it just makes itself known to you in a stronger way. Anyway, okay, I'm all over the place. Okay, so we picked this idea of know thyself, and if you look at our little thing that we wrote for this center, for all the if you were at the meeting Sunday, you saw it, and in the center we put know thyself, because that's really what this teaching is all about, and really all the teachings. I mean, that was, Socrates, I believe, said know thyself. It isn't the first time Buddha said it too, and it's just know thyself. And I remember reading Ernest Holmes, and I heard the Dalai Lama say something similar, that we've harnessed electricity, we've gone, the space, we've done all this stuff, and but we've forgotten the one thing, which is like to really know ourselves, to really understand how powerful we are, and to recognize our love and recognize who we are, and what a difference we can make, not by doing material things, but by being a presence, like Dr. Peggy said so eloquently in her treatment. We are a presence in this world, and it does make a difference. I know it does. So the talk this Sunday was Beyond Sunday. That's the name of this title of this talk today. So this is another thing that's important. I know, they say, when I was a little girl, I was a practicing Catholic. And yeah, I practiced my Catholicism. I think I told you last week, I used to baptize the animals and do all the funerals for the animals when I was a kid, and all this stuff. And I took all the things I learned there, and I tried to take them out into the world. And it was all pretty much ritual and dogma and that kind of stuff. But still, I was practicing, right? So I think in this philosophy, what I love about it so much is that it is a practical spirituality. And it is not asking us to just sit here on Sunday and get all hyped up and then go back out into our world and just get all dismayed, right? It's asking us to take it and use it, and saying to us that it is scientific, because as we use our minds on purpose, and that we manifest whatever it is we want to experience. And it is true. And even when we're suffering, if there were times of suffering, if we can stay true to what we know about ourselves, that we're that presence, that light, that love, and really love ourselves, like Patrick said, we can change our experience. We can be in the experience of even suffering and be more than that, because it's not our identity. It's not our identity ever. So I love this because I get to use it and I get to prove it. And so I get lots of ways to prove it, and little ways too, like well, my family's here, so they could tell you something otherwise. But we had like an issue with our gardening, and I found myself like getting all like tied into like, they're not doing this, and all into the blame game, and all into like, feeling like a victim. And somebody in my family even said, "Oh, I feel so sorry for you guys." And then when that person said that, and then they left to go do their beach thing. I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to be felt sorry for. That's not what this is about. And all of a sudden, something welled up in me, and I realized that whatever the experience was, I could change it by thinking differently about it. I could not see myself as a victim. I could see myself as powerful. Whatever it was I had to do to get this thing done, if I had to go out and hire it, I could go out and hire it. I am not a victim. I am not someone that puts it on the outside and says, you have to do this for me so that I feel good or that I'm okay. No, I'm always okay. And I think when we're talking about like that piece that we talked about with the candle, that's there no matter what. And when you get to that place where you don't feel threatened by outside stuff, then you go, now what's mine to do? And so this week I I don't usually do this. I usually go straight to meditation in the morning. But this morning, I decided, you know what? I'm going to look at all the news. I'm going to look at everything. I'm just going to look at it, and I'm going to see what most of the world is doing every day, because every day, not everybody gets up and meditates. I know people that scream CNN in the background the moment they wake up, right? So I said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to see what that feels like. Wow. But I don't want to be an ostrich either with my head in the sand, although ostriches don't really put their head in the sand. Did you know that? They actually lie flat, and it looks like it's in the sand. I learned that when I wrote a children's book once. Anyway, but I don't want to be an ostrich where I'm just like not looking at stuff, because that's not what this is about either. But I did look at it, and before I did anything else, before I did my spiritual practice, and I could feel my heart like getting really heavy and really feeling awful and really feeling hopeless and helpless, and how is any of this going to change? And it just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. But I also realize that we're seeing things through the filter of a media, and we don't know really what's going on, right? We really don't know. We only know unless we go out and go into the situation and be part of it, which many people do. We don't really know. And so anyway, after getting into that helpless mode and feeling like a victim again, and like there was nothing I could do, I did my spiritual practice, and I got the feeling that there is something I can do. It's what I'm doing today. It's being with all of you. It's building something where people can feel safe. It's building something where people can come, where we can build the school for the kids that we want to build, where we can do our little part. Because each of us does, and it doesn't even have to be something as big as building the center. It could be one little thing that you do during the day that you made somebody smile that was feeling hopeless. There is always something we can do. So I invite you to know that we don't have to feel hopeless. We don't have to feel helpless. We don't have to feel like, the world is coming to an end. There is something we can do, but we can only do what we can do. That's all we can do. And anything else, looking at the big picture and getting depressed about it and feeling hopeless about it, is not going to help it. The best we can do for those little children is to call our senators and do whatever it is we can do to pray, really, to make our own minds see the solution, not the disaster. If we begin to see the solution, like it was like Gandhi saying, be the change that you want, be the change, see the change. But we give up too easily, and then we end up, falling back down again. But we don't anymore. I know that. I know that each day, more and more people are getting on the bandwagon and seeing the change and being the change and doing what they can do and praying more and all of it. And what's praying? It's not begging. We don't beg when we pray. We know, we announce, we claim, we accept, especially acceptance. So I felt rejuvenated this week about all of this. And that to me is like what means going beyond Sundays. It's not just feeling here and always saying it's only love, what a beautiful song, and oh, we felt all good, and then we go back out in the world and we feel horrible again. And it's more than that. And I know that the more that we can take this ourselves out into the world and use what we know, even if it's something little as at getting ticked off at a gardener, that's not helping things, because that's like a ripple effect that happens, I was thinking, we expect the world to change, but we can't get along with people in our neighborhood, you know what I mean? Right? So that's where we have to start, because that's where the ripple effect starts. And so if I had to say anything today, that would be the only thing I would have to say. And if you start your day, I start my day, that's the other thing that happened. I start my day with an already established premise. And the already established premise is not this is the end of the world or, things are getting worse. The already established premise is whatever you want it to be, but it's something you're going to live by that day. Whether it's like, whatever I see today, I know behind it there is good. Let's say that's it. Or I know it's getting better. And then every time something happens, you reaffirm that to yourself, whatever it is. I know my finances are secure is an already established premise that you can take into your life that says no matter what the financial disaster you could be in or whatever, if you're saying to yourself, my finances are secure, it does make a difference. I'm going to tell you, it's scientific. And these guys that put all this together, and it wasn't just Ernest Holmes, they studied the mind, and they're doing it now too, right? It's quantum physics. They're studying the mind and they're realizing the power of suggestion. That's what this is all based on, because we've been hypnotized to think a certain way. And we have to like kind of re-hypnotize ourselves to think in a new way. So it's scientific. It's not voodoo. It's not like, well, I don't know about voodoo. I don't even know what that is. Hold on. My daughter tells me I do voodoo magic. Anyway, it's not, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's not pretend, it's real, it's scientific, we can prove it. But it's all here, and keeping to it. So, whatever's going on in your life, whatever you think about the world right now, what I know is we can make a difference. And I know I'm making a difference every day, and I know each of you are too. So that's my already established premise. So, namaste. Yeah.
Mother, mother, there's far too many of you crying. And brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. Oh, you know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some understanding here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs. Don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Mother, mother, everybody thinks we're wrong. Oh, but who are they to judge us simply 'cause our hair is long? Oh, you know we've got to find a way to bring some understanding here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs. Don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me so you can see. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da.
you.
Thank you.
Boy, that brought back some memories for a few of us. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
It's always remarkable, Maria, how you tie in without us even talking, and Rita goes and it just ties right in. Thank you for your beautiful intuition. Yeah. So what's going on? What is going on? Good things, no matter what it looks like. What's your alternative if you don't choose to think that way? Know thyself. I was thinking of that today is our anniversary, and 17 years ago I got up and got ready to get married to this lady right here. Yeah, I was 42. First marriage. Don't judge me. I know, it's just, I just as a side note, there's someone like, oh, you got married at 42? And I go, yeah, how many times were you married before? Race suggestion. And I said, oh, no, this is my first. And they were like, oh. So I had it all the way up in on my 30s and 40s. Oh, he's so nice. I wonder what's wrong with him. But if I had been divorced 7 times, I'd have fit right in. Everybody would have said he's perfectly fine. But ooh, 42. Yeah. I got to throw that in whenever I can because, yeah. And it didn't mean that I was sitting around on a rock waiting. I had a few things happening.
All right.
So here's know myself. The reason I brought that up is because I have gotten to know myself so much through my experience of being in partnership with this wonderful lady. And this morning I woke up and I just said, wow, we have really been to the rodeo, us two. And I was so proud of us today. Not because we're married, those are only numbers, years, time measured out, but just proud of who we are as individuals and who we are as in partnership, in relationship. Yeah, really get to know yourself. I believe that Rita and I, we have grown up together. We've grown up. And I know that for those of you who know me, I do a lot of work with inner child work, and it's very important to me. And it was really wonderful to see that we have let our inner children grow up together as well through this journey. And so enough of you. Back to this. Wow, what's going on? What's going on? And it's okay to feel that. I could feel when I asked that tears wanted to, come up within me, and some kind of a feeling. And we can't stop feeling. We cannot stop feeling no matter what's going on out there. We've desensitized ourselves enough through every day. What, this week, something else happened, right? 5 beautiful people that worked at a newspaper are now gone. That's what you want to do. Shut it down, man. Wah, wah. Shut down. No. Stay open. It's the only way that we will make it through, in my opinion. The beautiful Susie Chasm, if any of you know that name, if not, it doesn't matter because her words will speak for themselves. You were born a winner, a warrior, one who defied the odds by surviving the most gruesome battle of them all, the race to the egg. Yeah, let that land for a minute. And now that you are a giant, why do you even doubt victory against smaller numbers and wider margins? Land. The only walls that exist are those you have placed in your mind. And whatever obstacles you conceive exist only because you have forgotten what you have already achieved. Just because you don't remember the gruesome battle to the egg to allow us to be here doesn't mean it didn't happen. Wow, look at us. Just talking to our granddaughter this morning, we're talking about growing up. And that when I said, when I married your grandma, I said to her, I promise you that I will always change. And she's like, whoa, what is he saying? I said, oh, I'm beyond wise, Iris. I am beyond wise. Listen closely. And I explained that wouldn't it be horrible if this little 7-year-old stayed the same? She must grow. Her body must grow. Her mind must grow. And then she got it. Because she's probably going, wow, I wouldn't want to stay like this. I got to hurry up and get to be a teenager. There you go. So we're already a winner. We have already started that. These walls that we have built, we can tear them down. I don't mean to get political, but I can. Here's the deal. The last thing that I need in my life is a wall. What I need and what we need is to let those walls go and never build them to begin with. We have built enough walls. I'm done with the walls. We have an opportunity to go beyond the borders. I was saying to family this week and the whole gardener thing, you know, but that's just pettiness. What it really is I was saying, some neighbors were saying, well, this is my line, and then the tree goes that's your line. And I just stood there. And I thought, I feel sad. Not because you want to take my mangoes. I don't really care about that. But the tree is sitting there going, man, I've been given for free. I've been given this stuff. I just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. What do you mean this is my mango? And so there's not even anger as much as there is, what's going on? We're pointing out there saying, why are they building walls? Why are they building? And we are having boundaries with one another. I have always believed that. If I can't love the stranger out here on this highway, why am I expecting them to be any different? We are the microcosm of the macrocosm. And so if our world is not looking the way we want it, then we must take a good look in the mirror. Sorry, did I mention I love you? Did I mention that one? I saw a wonderful, wonderful prophet. She's 18 years old, and her name is Claire Wineland. I don't know if it's been going on over on Facebook, and it is absolutely wonderful. She's a hero to me. She has cystic fibrosis, which I don't really care about any of the details of that. That's not the point. But she's this wonderful little girl who's had it since she was born, and she's got about 2 years to live. And they have a program called The Last Days, and they just goes through different people's lives about what they're doing with the last part of their life. And it's just incredible. But I just knew if I listened to her, and she had such a positive attitude. And whenever she addresses a crowd, she goes, let's get the death thing out of the way. Because, you know, you're all staring at me because you know I've got 2 years to go. And she said, when you say I'm sorry for me, that concretes my consciousness. I'm not here to get your sympathy. What's interesting about her, though, is that this is what she said. She said she loves life, like her mother would say to her. She said, I'm really heavy. I talked to the doctors today, and it wasn't very good. And she'll get heavy, and she'll say, Mom, where are you? Where are you? I'm here. You're there. Does that make sense? Mystics have been telling us that the entire evolution of spirituality that we've been waiting for is right here in this divine moment. It's that powerful. So she goes on and she's telling her mom, she goes, the biggest lesson I've learned from my daughter is she brings me back to the moment, to the present moment. And she always wanted to public speak. And, you know, it was like 31 minutes. And, but she looks at everything as a gift. When she got into kindergarten, it was a gift because she wasn't supposed to make it to first grade. And then every moment, do you get where she's at? And she's teaching us in her short 18 to 20 years of life of how to look at life. And she says, it's not that I don't suffer. It's not that I don't get sick. I mean, it's a lung disease, so it's pretty brutal, or it can be. But she says that even through that pain, I'm glorifying life. Everything is beautiful if you choose to look at it that way. Being broke, being whatever, if you choose that. And I was so excited. She said, until you can lay it all in front of you, all the pain, all the joy, everything, the coughing, the laughing, the everything, until you can lay that in, the wellness, the sickness, the forgiving, the non-forgiving, and look at it, she said, and look at it, it's all wonderful. Now what can I make of it? What can I make of it? So back to this idea that Rita was talking about, what we wake up with intention. What can I make with this day? She said, I have the goals, I gotta have goals. She said, when you're in my position, your goal is your next breath. Yeah? Wow. What if we were to take some of that into our lives? I know all of you do, but I'm talking about the people out there that we're talking about. But she was my hero. She was my hero because I thought to myself, until we go beyond our comfort zones or our discomfort zones, till we can go beyond them, then we're out here. As soon as I get that, I'm going to be, oh, you wait and see. Wait till I drop that 20 pounds. Whew. Wait till you see that. Then I'm going to be really happy. When I get that $1 million, boy, CSL is going to be lucky. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or you don't. I love this. What the world needs now is what? It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What's going on? Yes. Did I hear somebody say there's plenty of love? Yeah, there's plenty of. There you go. Give it up for Karen. Wow, I hardly ever get this kind of, but it's true. There is love. But it's just too little of it because we're not using it. 100% we are full of. Oh, and here's the big one of that song. Not just for some. Wow, you guys are good. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that there's just too little of. The world needs now is love, sweet love. Not just for some, but for everyone. We have never done that before. Woo! I love it. Oh, so know thyself. So, in closing, maybe. Wow, what's going on? Yeah, I am. And that's the other thing that our sweet, wonderful Claire Wineland said. She said, I am so proud of my life. I am so proud of my life. And not because she got through the suffering. She's just proud of her life. Because what she decided to do was every waking moment they asked her, what is it that you would like to leave with kids or with the adults that you talk to? That they take a moment to be proud of their lives. Right? Whatever has been done has been done. Whatever is about to come is in this moment. And it is about feeling. And even though I have one little quick story. It's a granddaughter story, but I can't say it too loud because she's back there. Parents, well, I didn't ask permission, but do I ever? No. Do I ever when I out you? But anyway, here's the deal. Who's familiar with West Side Story? Okay, good. Unfortunately, it's a little current, even though it was made in the 50s. Unfortunately, we have come back to West Side Story just a tad bit. But let's not get depressed. I digress. Let's go over to our granddaughter. She watched it. And it was beautiful. And I remember, and she's watching it with Rita, who was Maria at one point in her life in her theater, and she did the play. But this is the point I want to make about it. The ending's a little tragic, if you remember. He dies, she's in the, yeah. Well, children, that's not really the best ending that they really prefer, because Disney, what do? They resurrect, they bring it. But what I was taught by this little prophet is that she, at the end of it, really started crying, both of them, because that's not a good ending. And this is what she said, the end? The end? And here's the deal. Don't tell me you're not all wanting to cry at times, too, at the ending of some of these stories. This is what I got out of her, and I was talking to her dad about it, is that how beautiful that she can say the end, wah, and say that's not acceptable. There's a better ending. There's a better ending. And she taught me that. She taught me, and the thing above that is how great that she could feel it. That's what we were talking about. I was talking with her dad about the idea, how great. Because at first I was like, maybe I shouldn't have shown the movie, all protective, like, stop her, get Disney on quick. Moana, hurry, get in here. But what I learned from it was that she wasn't afraid to feel. And nobody in this room, but we've gotten a little numb in some places to protect ourselves because there's a lot of pain going on out there. So we can learn those lessons, my friends, from the smallest. Our little children are our future. And we have to make sure that they are never, ever not afraid to feel, because the feeling is our healing. In order to heal, we must feel. Now I'm done, so everybody. So anyway, the last part is feel. Feel it all. Feel it all and be proud of it all. Oh, come on. Right? What's going on? You, me, all of that out there. Let's celebrate it, shall we? Namaste.
Through paradise with you. Let me walk through Let's all walk together in paradise. Paradise. Paradise.
Yes, I'm on. Go ahead.
All right. This is our time of affirmative giving. And we give because we can. And we give because we are at the very center of an unlimited source of supply. And that supply isn't just in cash or money or any of that type of thing. It's in everything. It's in your consciousness. It's in what you give with your words. It's what you just give. So this is our time to just give. And I know a lot of people hold it on their hearts. That's fine too. Put it there, just saying, and we are so grateful. And we're grateful to the people watching, the people that support this center as well on the mainland. We thank you. It's all one big party happening here. And when you come on this island, this is your family. So please know that as we give to you as well. So we have a wonderful investment, sacred investment affirmation, if you'll say that with us. I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, my life, and the world. And so it is. Gratitude song are in your program, but you probably know them, a lot of
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have.
And we are so blessed and so grateful for the unlimited supply of God's good throughout our lives. And we give thanks for these gifts today, knowing that they do also bless us as we bless these gifts and they go forward into the world to do such good everywhere it goes. And so with gratitude and love, we simply give thanks for this day and our many blessings as we join together and say, and so it is.
Thank you. That's okay. So
There we go.
Yeah. So,
one thing I want to say before we, where will we be next week? Very good.
yay,
At
9
9 a.m.
Unless you're coming to help, you'll be there at 7. 6.
6 a.m. Because we've already gotten the calls.
No, not 6. Michelle says.
We already
Not
got
6.
the calls. Like, is today Lidgate? And so we will advertise it, but please tell all of your friends. We have the Sacred Earth Choir, which is always exciting.
Great.
So next Sunday, and the sign-up sheet is up there for helping and what you're going to bring, just so we have a ballpark. And also those that could help with flowers, we really appreciate it because right now I don't think there's anybody in the flower world.
there
Okay.
isn't.
All right.
So we have 2 children today, Iris and Amelia.
Iris and Amelia.
So, and Janice, our beautiful youth leader.
Thank you. Yeah, we had fun with these lovely girls today. We made our own prayer chains or prayer beads and came up with mantras for them. And the girls will share their mantra with you.
May all animals be happy.
Good one.
May people live in peace. No, may all people live in peace.
And mine is, oh yes, clap for them. I am slim and trim and in good shape.
Now that's called a sassy mantra.
So
Sassy
let's
mantras.
give them their affirmation, everyone. It's in your program. You
are
are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. Woo!
Wow.
And we send that blessing out into
What
the
a
world
beautiful
to all the
tiara
children.
that
Woo.
grandparents, hello,
Sorry,
Iris.
sorry. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Thank
was
you,
the look.
Janice. So we're gonna
Woo!
we're gonna ask the practitioners that are serving today to come on up. Reverend Diane, Deborah. You're serving today, Dr. Peggy. Okay, so there we go. And Rob back there after he uploads. So these wonderful, amazing beings are up here to, if something's come up for you, you want to know a little bit more of the truth about something in your life, they will affirm it for you. So come up and enjoy their presence and enjoy their words of truth for you. And this is just a spiritual mind treatment. It's not a counseling session. If you want a counseling session, you can set one up with any of them or us or any of the practitioners here, Patrick and I. So that is it. But it's just a special moment to have a special prayer from them. Yes, yes.
Of the box back there, if you just
Yeah.
want to jot down something, you want a little extra something this week, then we will take care of that.
And
okay?
we will start wrap with the Revs within 10
10
minutes of the end of service, okay? So grab your coffee if you're going to stay and a snack and join us, all right? I think that's it, right? Okay, so we're good.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's close our song. Yeah.
Remember just who you are, oh remember your being of the stars, oh remember the wisdom within, oh remember all the joy you can bring, oh remember we can have peace on earth, oh remember all that you are worth, oh remember all that you know, remember seeds take time to grow. Remember, remember all that you are. Remember, remember, remember the power of love.
And I remember right here, right now, the power of love, but the power of gratitude. Such power and gratitude for each and every one of us that are here, right here and now, in this present moment. The moment that really counts, the only moment there really is, and that's the moment of now. And with my gratitude, it goes out to Michelle for all the things that Michelle does, but for those wonderful announcements today, running the Malama team, and the list just goes on, and the beautiful practitioner intern that she is. On the Malama team today was Sue, Emma, and Ron LeMay. And so we say yes. Dr. Peggy Price, thank you so much for all you do and all that you are. And our live streaming man back there, that is Rob Jones. And right next to him is Jonathan with sound. So we just say thank you, thank you, thank you. And that wonderful bookstore, take some time to check it out, because that's where Roseanne is right now, holding up the Science of Mind magazine. Wow, there you go. And so we also want to give our thanks to our wonderful Janice, who takes such good care of our kids. And we know that they are our future. And so we are so grateful for that. And Maria, thank you for your wonderful intuition, your wonderful gift of music. And Luis over there keeping rhythm to it all. And there we go. Yes. And flowers, Arlene and Peter. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And all I know is that in this moment, I am just grateful for the opportunity to remember who I am, to remember who each and every one of us is in every moment. That wonderful thing called life, that wonderful thing called love. And I know that it goes from this moment to the next moment to every divine moment, knowing that it is all good, it is all God, and it is all in this moment called now. So I release my word, and I just let it be from that law that always says yes, 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 yes. So with a big mahalo, we let it be, we let it go, as together we affirm. And so it is.
Remember just who you are, oh remember your being of the stars, oh remember the wisdom within. Oh, remember all the joy you can bring. Oh, remember we can have peace on earth. Oh, remember all that you are worth. Oh, remember all that you know. Remember, seeds take time to grow. Remember, remember all that you are. Remember, remember, remember the power of love.